A cool, cloudy morning greeted riders ahead of Stage 2 of the FNB Wines2Whales Shiraz at Oak Valley, a farm that dates back to 1898. It was on this piece of land that Sir Anthony Viljoen planted the first commercial apple orchards in the Elgin-Grabouw region. 124 years later, under Anthony Robben Viljoen, the farm now produces world-class wines, apples, pears, cut flowers, and spectacular mountain bike trails. Ahead of the 1100 riders lay 68 kilometres of the very best trails in the country. It's not called Play Day for nothing, with 70% on superbly crafted single tracks. The Toyota Cruise section includes Fissies Magic and Sounds of Silence. Thereafter, Witklippies, Rietvlei Magic and Pofara leads them to a brand new Tierkop trail. The refurbished bridges and berms of the Paul Cluver Amphitheatre and Play Park sets them up for a thrilling run home. With just under 40 seconds between the leaders in the Elite Pro race, Honeycomb BE and Tiger Eurosteel, there was plenty to race for. While further back, the various category leaders were marked teams in their colourful Cheervita leaders jerseys. National Marathon champion Phil Bass tried to put the Cheervita yellow jerseys under pressure, upping the pace on the short, sharp climbs that link the sweet sections of single track.
Philip and Gert came out swinging from the beginning. I was pacing, just keeping the pace quite high in the beginning, and they came with their attacks and everything. So, yeah, it was basically just making sure, that they don't get together in the front, put us under pressure. The day worked out perfectly.
Madam Mountain Biking dealt Toyota Specialized beers and Nokia cruel hand with a puncture in the first few kilometres. A quick fix had them back in the saddle, but they were chasing hard. Their efforts were rewarded when they regained contact with the big lead bunch inside the first 10 kilometres. But at what price? They may have burned matches a little too early on the stage. The spectacular Toyota Cruise section started with the Cannondale lefty Ocha Burr, and it took them on through Fissies Magic and Sounds of Silence at high speed. The sweeping trails are a legacy of Oak Valley's legendary winemaker and trail builder, the late Peter Visser. Even the racing snakes just loved it.
I did enjoy it, but I don't think as much as Philip and Gert in them, because you can just see the mountain bikers. They have got tremendous skill going through the single tracks. Fortunately, I don't have that skill, the jumping and all that, but I just kept it safe. And but at the end of the day, it's still a lot of fun going through the berms and all that over the jumps, but enjoyed it.
While there is fun to be had on Play Day, the pace at the sharp end is red hot, which makes for a tougher day than expected, as the top teams are on the limit from start to finish.
Yeah, it's difficult actually riding in this big group. So it's like a lot of stringing out and chasing. So the trails was nice, but I think it was quite tough as well.
Yeah, it was really a better day for us. It stayed in a group pretty much the whole day, the top 3-4 teams. And we tried to position ourselves well for single tracks, just trying to stay in front. And no real long climbs for anybody to get away. So it was just a bit tactical, and we managed to get into the last single track first. And coming to a finish line and take the sprint. So good day for us.
With such a high proportion of single track, it was all about positioning for the leading teams as they flew along hand-built bridges and trails like Witklippies, Pofara, Bergada and the new Tierkop trail, which connected them with the lower slopes of Groenlandberg. 5 teams were in contention for the stage win. Losser and Pritson of Honeycomb BE, Beers and Nokia of Toyota Specialized, Tiger Eurosteel's Bass and Haynes, and De Troy and Boerter of Imbuko Type DEV, along with Arno De Troy and Keegan Bontekoning of Insect Science.
It's really, really competitive this year. I think there's 4 teams that are quite evenly matched. Like last year, 2 teams got away and rode the whole stage together, but now it's 4 teams, so it's definitely a competitive race. Everybody's on a good level, and I think that's just good for the sport, good for all of us, so it's good to see.
I don't think there's one team missing from the scene that's not here, so it's a proper last race.
There's so many trails you can't even keep track, and they've done a ton of work here. There was a lot of sections I've never ridden before, so that was quite cool.
A short single track backstage around Oak Valley and Paul Cluver's very best trails lends itself to a hectic stage for these top men, who were averaging in the high 20 kilometres an hour all stage.
I knew it's going to be a very hectic stage. It's a lot of pressure. So for me, I was a bit on the limit in the trails, but I felt much better than yesterday, so I had no issues to keep up on the climbs or on the flat. And then I think they also realized they're not going to drop us, and then nobody attacked, and then it was basically 4 teams to the line, and yeah, I think it was a very good day for us. No time loss, and yeah, it's one more day to go.
The constant pressure applied by Base and then Pritson put Beers under pressure as he and Nokia dropped off the pace. Their early chase back coming back to haunt them perhaps. But it was the Insect Science pair who weren't able to stay with the leading quartet's hot pace, Bontekoning and De Toy having to dig really deep. Once they were off though, it was 4 teams going full gas for home. Nokia was strong on the front, but his partner Beers was suffering at the back. Then it was the yellow jersey race leaders who took up the pacemaking. As the 8 riders flew down the trails towards Oak Valley, a sprint finish was looming. And it was all about how they positioned themselves best. It was Imbuko Type DEV's Boerter and De Toy who boxed Cluver and were first and third across the line to take the stage win. A thrilling end to a sensational day for former winner Boerter and De Toy.
No, it's lucky. It's my first stage win, yeah. So yeah, we'll remember this one. But yeah, it was hard work to win it, eh?
The Chivita yellow leaders jerseys remain with Swiss marathon champion Loss and former South African road champion Pritson. But their lead is less than a minute ahead of the final stage to Kuro School and Hermanus. So what's the plan?
To keep it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a big fight. I mean, it's always more exciting if the race is so close. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
An enthralling day's racing awaits with just 40 seconds between the top 2 teams. And there's also the honour of winning the final stage, something no doubt that Beers and Nokia are eyeing out. In the mixed race, there was a change in leadership with Darren and Candice Lill of Chivita, powered by Roller Toyota, overcoming a slow start before powering through the field, using their super skills to take the stage win ahead of the erstwhile leaders Team Mad Max of Yolandi de Villiers and Charlie McFall. Mocha Rangers of Yannick Lincoln and Aurelie Holbachs from Mauritius are in 3rd place. The Exara RMB1 team of Ndebele and Selala took the honours in the Exara Special category, adding nearly 2.5 minutes to their overall lead as they look to defend the title they won a year ago.